get out of today what you were hoping?
Oh, exactly what I was thinking. Heck, I don't have any idea right now. I'm watching offense. I'm watching defense. I got to see the film. I know everybody worked hard. It was great to get against these guys. They're skilled, and they do a lot of cool things scheme-wise. The tactics and help us learn. And so it was a totally positive experience. I thought Kyle did a great job of managing their team, and we tried to do the same so that we didn't get no issues and all that. We avoided all that kind of stuff. So it's just really classy work to get, and we'll make evaluations and figure that out once we get a chance to go watch the film as soon as I leave here.
What happened to Thornton he went out?
No, I mean, he felt like he got hit in the head a little bit. They didn't think it was serious, but they needed to just make sure.
Pete, the fact that there were no skirmishes to speak of, is that something you addressed prior to this morning? You didn't want your guys getting involved in any extracurriculars?
Yes, that's exactly what we both sides. I know Kyle did the same thing. Want to make sure that that's not part of what we're doing. It's not part of what we come here to do. We come here to play good football and get better, and I think both sides did a great job of showing that.
Coach, what did you think of the offensive line up against those guys?
I can't tell you. I haven't seen enough. I mean, I was running back and forth. I can't tell you. I have no evaluation until I see the film.
What are you hoping to see when you get a chance to take a deep dive?
Really good stuff. I mean, we're blowing them off the football, and they can't make an inch. That didn't quite happen. I know that. But I want to see us execute. We try to treat this just like it's the next opportunity that we have and do stuff right, and that was what we set out to do. We'll find out. I thought on defense the perimeter looked kind of available to them. They do that. They're a great perimeter team. We've not prepared for them at all, and we got a day to get a little bit better before the ball game.
This is a team that's always well coached, and how good of a challenge is that for you to see a team kind of blindly and be able to react on it?
Robert Sala and Gus Bradley's over there, and Kyle has done a great job for years and years. They've got a terrific group, and that's only what we would expect from them. They know what they're doing. They have control of their groups. They have style of play that always shows up. So that means they've got a real philosophy in mind and all that. So that's why this is such quality work for us.
You coach so many great wide receivers, but Jacoby just makes plays every day. He's not a prima donna. Would you talk about how fortunate this team is to have a Jacoby type?
Yeah, he's so sure-handed, so steady, so improvisational that he can get himself open. With he and Brock, it's tough to cover those two guys, and so they complement each other in a great manner. But Jacoby's done a fantastic job. Every day we're coming out here, he's making plays.
How much more play to start Saturday? You only have 3 opportunities in the preseason.
Everybody's live. Everybody's live.
Caillou Blue Kelly has been making a move, I guess, on the.
I'm glad you noticed it because I'm noticing it too. He's had plays every day for about the last 5 or 6 days out here. Mock game too. He's just been really active. Seems like he's really settling in, and his aggressive style of play has really shown up. So I'm fired up for him. If you notice, I don't know if it happened today, but yesterday he got work with the ones, and just to see how he fits in and all of that. It's just a great example of a guy competing his butt off and trying to make a statement.
And in his case, he's somebody that kind of started on the third team, and all of a sudden now he's up with the ones. That's sort of what you're. If you show us what we need to see,
you're either competing or you're not. That's what he's doing. He has embraced the thought, and he's battled every day, and he's shown that he deserves more of an opportunity. And so that's all we could ever ask for from our guys.
As you ramp up for Saturday, how much of this practice today, what did you get as a main takeaway from it that you want to carry over into Saturday?
I got to see the film. Okay, I really don't know. But I would say that we want to make sure that things that we didn't do well today, we like to do them well on game day.
Coach, this is kind of a silly question, but San Francisco related. I read in an old article that you once saw Grateful Dead at the Fillmore. Is that true, or have you ever gone to a Grateful Dead concert?
Probably 20 times, yeah.
What do you remember?
They were the second and third or third and fourth bands back in the day at Avalon Ballroom in Winterland and Fillmore. So we saw them a ton of times.
I know Cosmic still kind of getting his feet wet a little bit. You've seen him practice a couple times and play in a game. What do you thoughts about him now that you've seen him a little bit more?
He's done really well. I mean, quick learner, just picks stuff up right off the bat. He's right now battling to play a lot. And that means he's going with the ones quite a bit. He deserves to. He's already shown that. I'm really excited about our chance to get him here, and he's an amazing kid. I can't wait for you guys to talk to him, to hear from him. He's really something.
Is that in general way why are doing practice so important for you guys compared to the game, which is also important?
Well, what I would tell you is I don't know that they're that pivotal for games. I haven't done it for 14 years. And so last time I did it was when the Jets went against Joe Gibbs at some little college out there on the East Coast. I didn't know what it was. And so it's been a long time. I feel the way we practice is is beneficial for us. But I did this because it's Kyle and it's the Niners, and at one time we were thinking about going to Napa. It just sounded like a good idea. Whether we do it again, I don't know. I'll let you know later.
As someone who grew up in the Bay Area, what is this rivalry between the Raiders and Niners mean to you?
Well, it's. Did you grow up in the Bay? You said that like you grew up in the Bay Area also. No, that's not what you meant, though, right? Okay. Yeah, it's always been something. It has always. Since I was 14 or whatever the heck when they got going with the Raiders. My family was Niner fans. My whole family grew up in San Francisco and all that, and so it's always just been a natural rivalry. I've never had it like the Raiders were the bad guys or the Niners were the bad guys. I liked both teams growing up, so to have a chance to do this, it's kind of fun, and to play them in this preseason, kind of fun. I like it.
So yesterday we heard players discuss a story you told them about Bill Russell, how to be a good teammate with each other. Are you starting to see that grow among the team, especially as you have a day like this?
Without question. Yeah, without question. Our awareness of our roles, each person has a role to be a great teammate, and they get to do that on a regular, daily basis. Bill said that he wakes up every morning with the thought of what can he do to help somebody on his team be better. You know, and talking about Havlicek or Kazi or all the guys that he played with, Sam Jones, he was talking about how what could he do to help him play better. And when Bill said that to me, I said, you got to be kidding, man. Come on. My whole team's there, you know. I mean, you can't, not every day. He said every freaking day. And so I challenged my guys from that moment on. If he can do it every day, maybe you can do it a couple times a week, and we'll work our way up to be like Bill.
This was your last practice with fans in the stands. Did you accomplish the goal because we see the connection with those fans and the community you guys?
Yeah, I think it's really important. I wish we had more. I wish we could entertain them more and be out there even more. That connection is just part of this whole experience. They help us play better. We help them cheer more. So there's a synergy there that I've always entrusted in and want to respect and give it back to them. It was great that they were here today.
Good. All right, thank you.
You know, I saw a situation where you went over to Trey, might have been a miscommunication, whatever, drop pass, and you went over to the sideline, talked to him for a second.
Yeah.
Ultimately, right after that, 2 touchdown passes to him. Is that sort of what you're talking about in terms of the leadership and making sure guys are, you know, and that you got their back?
For sure. You know, there's going to be ups and downs in this game. You're never going to be perfect. We strive for perfection, but we're all human. And so, you know, the main thing whenever a guy makes a mistake or, you know, anything happens out there that we don't want to happen, it's about, you know, showing that we have each other's back. And so whenever you can go up to a guy and pat him on the back or, you know, give him a word of encouragement, that's what we're here for. And they do it for me as well. So it's not just a one-way street, it's a two-way street. And, you know, I just want to continue to breathe life into my guys because we got some really, really good players and they work extremely hard. So when they mess up, it's okay. Move on to the next play and keep going.
How good was it that you guys got you know, the long touchdown pass, actually 2 touchdown passes? How good was it that that reward was there?
Man, it's great to score touchdowns, right? We want to score touchdowns, and I think obviously, you know, there's some things that we can improve on. There's a lot of things that we left out there, things that we have to get better at. But overall, man, I thought I was very pleased with how we competed today, and I thought, like you said, man, we hit some long touchdowns, and we got some plays, you know, on their guys. We were all competing, and it felt really good to see that.
You know, everyone knew, you know, you're a quality good quarterback. That's a fact. But your leadership every single time you've been on the field, from OTAs to mini camps to today, has shown through. Do you think maybe that was an underrated part of your game, is that you're an exceptional leader?
You know, honestly, I don't know. I try to, do my best to not pay attention to the noise or the outside noise. But, you know, my goal is to be here for my guys. You know, I don't really need the recognition or anything like that. As long as I'm here for my guys and they know that I got their back and that, you know, I'm going to go through it with them. You know, I'm not the guy who's just going to say, hey, you guys need to be working hard. No, I want to set the example and set the tone. And so, yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm underrated or overrated. It doesn't really matter to me. I just focus on what I can control, which is being there for my guys.
So, you know, you've been pushing the ball down the field, even starting training camp, and obviously sometimes you're just going to have to take what the defense gives you. But what do you think about the big play potential of this offense?
I mean, yeah, we want to strike. We want to be able to have a big play offense, and we have the weapons to do so. But it's about, like you said, taking what the defense gives me, understanding situations. You know, every time isn't a chance to go for the long ball. There's situations in the game where you got to just manage the game and check it down if you need to. But when we can strike and we can put points on the board, no matter if it's a 10-play drive or a 1-play drive, you know, it's about getting points on the board. And I'm going to, you know, push the envelope as much as I can. If they want to come up and give us, you know, deep shots, we got the guys that'll run past them. And so we just got to make the right reads, make the right plays. And when we play right, we're a really good team.
It seemed like the offensive line held up pretty well today. What do you think about
Gotta watch the film. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of things that we can improve on, but I felt really good back there. I felt like I had, a lot of time to go through my reads and was getting to the backside on some reads and even getting to like the fourth and fifth, option on some things. So I thought they did a great job. Always tough when you got to compete against another opponent, especially in this heat. But I thought we came out, we competed, and overall we got better.
That's a defense you know pretty well.
Yeah.
I've dealt with them over the years.
Mm-hmm.
How beneficial is it operationally for your offense to go against a top-level defense like that?
It's super beneficial, man. I'm so happy we did that, and big shout out to the 49ers for coming out. It's hot, and they had to travel, and it's not easy on those guys. But I love the way Fred and those guys compete. He's one of the top linebackers in the game, so going head against him, I've been doing that for the last couple of years. But I feel like it always makes you better, and so for us to see a different opponent, some guys who haven't seen our offense for 8 or 9 weeks, just to see how we look against those guys, I thought we did some things really well. But also we can get a lot better as well.
Geno has been made what he's done here with the full 16. What did you see from that when you got to Seattle with him?
Yeah, Pete's been the same guy, every day since I met him, and I think that's what makes him special. He's super energetic. I don't know how he does it, but like the guy wakes up, like it seems like he just pops out of the bed, man. He's just fired up as soon as he wakes up, and he brings the juice every single day. When you have a leader like that at the helm, you have no choice but to fall in line. And so all of us, as leaders on the team, and every single guy on the team, we're following Coach's lead, and he's doing a great job of leading us.
Last couple of days of practice, you've really been focused on getting the deep ball out to Trey and Deontay, but how good is it to have consistent with Jacoby Myers in the inside, kind of opening things up right there in Brock Bowers?
Yeah, I think it all works together. We want to make sure that our entire offense has to work together. And so, yeah, we've hit on some deep balls. We've also missed on some that I thought we should have had, but those are things that we can improve on. And then, for me, it's always about being efficient. You want to be efficient. I want to be a high completion percentage guy. I want to make sure that we're efficient on third downs and in the red zone, scoring touchdowns. So we got to make the right plays, and we got to take what they give us, but we also got to push it. And so I think we're doing a good job at that, but long ways to go. We got to keep being better.
You and Brock have built a really good rapport, but there was one throw today where you put it in a tight window and he made an amazing catch, and you hooted about him. Do you every day just think, man, thank God he's on my team?
Yeah, all these guys, man. Like Brock's the thing about Brock, he's an extremely hard worker. And when you have guys like that who are that talented, but the work ethic matched the talent, the sky's always the limit. And so I think we have a lot of guys like that. I think about Mike when I think about guys like that, Trey and Jacoby, and just really solid dudes, man, just great people, and then outstanding athletes as well. Thank God I'm here. I feel really good about it.
Geno, from your vantage point.
Sorry, I missed it.
You talked about the importance of guys knowing you have their back. Were there guys early in your career that you felt like had your back and that stand out to you?
Yeah, a lot of guys. Snacks Harrison, Damon Harrison. I think Nino. Quandre Diggs, Jamal Adams, Russell Wilson. A lot of guys, man, who really gave me the confidence that I needed. And so, I feel like it's my job to try to do the same thing and really set the tone in that regard.
Geno, from your vantage point, what happened with the fan in the tunnel in Seattle?
With all due respect, man, that was last week. I'm moving on and focused on this week.
How much does a practice like this, give you ahead of the preseason game and stepping into Allegiant for week 2?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I think the whole thing about preseason training camp is to learn and grow through experiences, and so we have to take the next step, and that next step is our first real game in our home stadium, and we want to set the tone. We want to come in and be fired up and have our fans, Raider Nation. We want everybody to be fired up and be excited about what we're doing, and so this is the step in that direction. In this first game, we'll learn a lot about ourselves, and that's what it's for. It's to continue to improve, continue to push ourselves, find ways to get better.
Obviously, this was your rival team for you for the last few years. Any moments out there today where you could feel that rivalry coming back?
Man, anytime I step out there and I got 54 on the other side, I know what he brings to the table. I know the type of competitor he is. I know the type of player he is. And so whenever Fred's out there, we're going head to head. I feel like it feels like, the same games we were playing when I was in Seattle, man. It's just always the best on best. And I know he's going to have his guys ready. He knows I'm going to have my guys ready. And, may the best man win.
Ashton Jeanty made some plays today. What have you seen from his growth so far in camp?
I think Ashton, today he made a play. I won't mention it, but it was something we did yesterday, and he was like, we didn't really get it right, and then today he came out, we got it perfect. And I thought, man, we took a big jump just from yesterday to today, and to see that from a rookie player, he learns and he grows with every single experience. I think that's something that's going to make him so much of a great player because he's getting better by day. And so I thought Ashton did a great job as always, but he definitely took another step and another jump today.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.